fond memories. They were always interesting. Because growing up Jewish in a Christian society, Christmas as a young boy, I look back and it seemed to be not Hanukkah, but Christmas. Exchanging the gifts in elementary school. And my best friend, Russ Callahan, he always came over to my house for Hanukkah. And I always went over to his house for Christmas. We got more gifts that way. My parents gave him Hanukkah gifts. His parents gave me Christmas gifts. He came out ahead. 8 days of Hanukkah, 1 day of Christmas. Yeah, he definitely came out ahead. He always found it interesting, or I think he did, about what we did on Hanukkah. My mother would always light the menorah candles. And we just sat there. And he found that so interesting. Me, I found it interesting sleeping over his house, which was just 1 block away. No, it wasn't even a block, it was just across the street. And every Christmas morning, we woke up early and ran down and looked underneath the tree. But Russ's parents couldn't afford as much as mine. And so as I look back, the gift that I remember most of all, and I always remind Russ of this, because he lives in Tampa now. We've had to go back to a high school reunion to find out he's living in Tampa, and I'm living in Tampa. And we always joke about the one gift I always remember. It was from his grandfather, who was a farmer in Columbia, and he carved a little towel rack for me. He must have been a Republican because it's an elephant. But that little towel rack, still today, we're talking about over 50 years later, is the one childhood gift. The memory of that one towel rack has meant so much to me after all these years. It was my gift. My dad hung it on the door, and no one else could use that towel rack but me. I took so much pride in that one little gift that his grandfather took time in to make for me. I don't know what Russ remembers about the Hanukkah gifts that my parents gave him, but that was one of the greatest gifts I ever got. Even as a grown man today, I still cherish that one memory. In elementary school, we always exchanged gifts. I can't remember one gift. Oh yeah, yes I can. There was a chess set. I can't remember who gave it to me, but I remember that one chess set. Russ and I came over to my house, and my parents every year had a tradition. We always drove downtown Charleston to look at the lights that the city of Charleston hung up from one end of King Street to the other end. They were so beautiful. You don't see that anymore. But it's just so interesting to see how downtown Charleston lit up every Christmas for the 2 weeks. It was so, so beautiful. Every year, Mr. Callahan's childhood friend came down from New York. The name might not mean anything to you today, but back then it meant so much. It's one person's name. Frank Blair. No one remembers who that is. He was the newsman on the Today Show. And he came down to Charleston, once again where he grew up at, spent a few days with Callaghan's. But my family had one famous person. He came down every once in a while, driving from Miami to Charleston twice a year. Miami to New York. Twice a year he passed through Charleston. Edmund Mustel. He had a very famous brother, Zero Mustel.
That's right.
Fiddler on the Roof. My cousin was the original fiddler of Fiddler on the Roof. Never met him, but met his brother. All those fond memories. And yet, they were of an innocent era that you just don't see today. We did so much together as a family. The Callahan family and the Sabel family. Just this past year, 2 of his sons got married. And I was invited to a wedding because they think of me as their Uncle Sanford. That's how close Russ and I still are today. And those memories, something I will never, ever, ever, ever forget. Madam Toastmaster.